Hello, coming to you from my room. I need to dust this shelf behind me. I usually like to dust as often as I can, which recently has not been any dusting at all. I haven't dusted in a really long time, and I was having a nap the other day on my bed during the day, and the sun was hitting everything, and I saw the light layer of dust over everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is way overdue. So then I thought I could also show what I have on here while I'm at it. Usually when I dust, I also tend to reorganize, even if it's only a little bit. Doesn't mean I have to reorganize like everything and how it's situated, but I might move a thing or two around. I also have other, what I call like pockets of display in my room. There's like a little shelf on this side, a little shelf here, and then a bigger shelf over here. And these are all wall shelves. So they're mounted onto the wall. One of them I love because it has a door on it, so dust doesn't get on those figures as frequently, but those are smaller. So usually I try to put the smaller stuff in there. Doesn't bar smaller stuff from going out here because there's definitely lots of little things here, but I usually put the smaller things in there so that I don't have to dust them as frequently and clean them because they're teeny tiny. And so it makes it a little bit harder. I used to have everything just on a big shelf, but I outgrew, not this shelf, I had the one that's in my living room, my green one, I think I've shown in some videos, or you've seen it in the background maybe. But I got this one like 2 years ago maybe. It was from Facebook Marketplace. A lot of my furniture is from Facebook Marketplace. So I just wanted to bring you along for dusting my shelf because it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of work, but it's honest work. And I do love my collection of items and I want to keep them in good condition. So also I don't want to hear shit about anyone that it's like right next to windows. I like to see my collection, and a lot of people maybe are worried about the sunlight and the damaging, because everything I have that I collect is on display because I like to see it all the time. And I know some people are very against that because of the elements and them being exposed, but this is just the way I live. What I usually like to do is take everything out, give everything a good dust, wiping, and then I individually dust items and start placing them back on. Usually during that, I will also rearrange. What I usually like to do, my materials are just a good old duster. I really like Swiffers, and I specifically get the pet hair ones because I have a dog, and his hair is everywhere. So I usually like to have one of these, mainly for also the surfaces. And then I like to have a little brush. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just to get into the little figures and such and remove dust. And then lastly, tape. I have a couple of figures that you'll see and items. You can obviously tell maybe these are furry, that have like fabric on them or have fur or that are flocked, like a calico critter or Sylvanian family. And so usually a brush or a duster doesn't really get the dust off of them. So I like to use tape to just take everything off, make them nice and clean again. So those are my materials. We're gonna start by taking everything off and then we'll go from there. Okay, so these are my favorite figures, and they are very dirty right now, but they come with clothes that are made out of cloth. And so we're also gonna do the tape method here for this. And I did, some of my figures have interchangeable parts, and every so often I do like to mess around and change it up because they are meant for that, and it's fun because then you kind of have a different figure. I love this specific headpiece, so I usually keep it on. I'd like to keep it on, please. So I'm gonna do for him and my other, this is the other one. So if you don't watch it, they're both from Dorohedoro. It's the name of a manga anime series, and I really, really love the manga. The anime only has one season, but I have a tattoo of, that's technically this diva, in a different costume, obviously, but I have them too, and I want to change their faceplates, essentially. I think that's mainly what I'm going to change. Maybe the hands, but I don't think so. I think it's mainly going to be faceplates today. So let's do that. We're going to start with him, and first we're going to dust. Or should I just pop his head off? You always want to be careful, but it's always so scary to like change it out. There we go. Just like a ball joint in there. And so I'm just gonna dust this. This has a lot of crevices because it's supposed to be a heart mask. So making sure I'm getting in there. Fun story, one time, way before I had this shelf, I had this figure and it was way early in my collection, and he fell in the middle of the night, and when he fell, imagine him with a head, he fell and he was left hanging on to the shelf he was on like this. And that happened in the middle of the night, and quite literally was scared for my life. I was like, oh, he's gonna come kill me. Because although I do love figures, I have a fear of porcelain dolls specifically. Some would say he can be scary at times. He can be scary at times. Him without a head though, not that scary. Okay, so we're gonna do the tape method to get some of that dust and grime off, even though, as you'll see, he has like some dust and grime on his clothes because that's part of his character. He won't ever be like truly clean because his character's suit is never like fully clean, really. But we're just mostly trying to get the dust. So I'm just gonna keep doing this for both of them until I'm done. And maybe to be different, you can technically remove his suit jacket. So I think we might, because it's been a second since I've done that. And I like the look of just his shirt when he has his normal head on. I haven't moved him in so long, so he's a little stiff. Let's try to loosen him up so that we can take this coat off. I remember this being hard to begin with, like when I first dressed him. And I don't really move him too much, and I'm scared because I don't want to break him. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Arms back. There we go. And I'm trying to be as delicate as I can because I don't want to ruin his clothes. I think we did it. Oh, we lost a hand. It's in here though. It's in here though. Hand. Success! His little coat. And then let's, oh my God, his shirt is so wrinkled, obviously, which is fine. It goes with the character. Again, he's not like actually buttoned up clean. So now let's put the actual head that I want on him. We're gonna go for the more casual look, AKA his regular ass face. The characters in this show wear masks. It's part of the gig. And so this is, obviously he wears a mask of a anatomically correct heart, and he wears it backwards. And then, so here's his actual face. So we'll put this on. And he also wears glasses. So we're gonna put those on too, because I like the way it looks all together. And you kind of just, until you're good with how it looks. And then tiny little glasses. I love his glasses too. So he's in casual mode right now. We're gonna set him down and do the other character next. Her name is Ebisu. So we're gonna change her faceplate. I've already removed her little backpack. just so we don't have any issues. Okay, I'm gonna need that. Well, so the ball joint is in there, but I need it to put on her other head. And we're gonna also do her human face. Since the other character's name is Shin, since we did his human face. This is the one I had on her, and she also has a different one with little horns. But we're gonna do her face. She doesn't have any glasses or anything, but that's fine. So the little ball joint is stuck in there, but these pliers are nasty, so we're gonna put it in between a paper towel and use that to grab the middle and pull. Perfect. Always trying to be gentle because I don't want to break them. They cost me a lot of money / I just want to keep them as good as I can for a while. And I'm going to use this to put it in over here. I think that's good. Okay, and then we're just going to snap her on as well. There we go. She has her little head on. And so now we will put her little backpack on as well. They both come with other hands as well, but I think we're gonna leave what we have right now on because her other hands are for holding her little picks. Oh my God, the things I have to do to get their shit on. Why, yes. Okay, so we're gonna set them back up where they were.